Hello everybody, this is Michael Katos Make and today I'm back with some more Higurashi Wende Cry Wataragashi. So let's begin. Okay, we should get going too. If any of you guys weren't catching up with the previous one, they're about to watch Rika do the ceremonial dance. So yeah, that's what's going on. Right, let's go cheer her on. You mustn't! You must keep silent during the performance. Got it, jeez. I rubbed a hand through her hair. She was worried about her good friend up to the end. Then we better hurry. All the good spots will be taken. Come on. Beyond ran off and everyone followed a moment later. A large amount of people had already clustered at the tight space to watch the edifying dance. Ooh, that's pretty rad. Wow, this is a lot of people. I turned around to look at everyone else, but nobody was there. Where did everyone go? They probably got lost amongst all these people. Finally, I spotted the back of Mion's head on the other side of the crowd. It definitely doesn't look like I can get over there. Well, we got separated. No big deal. We would just meet back up when Rika-chan's dance is over. I gave up on finding the others and wandered around, trying to look for a place where I'd be able to see better. It didn't take long for me to realize that I had to settle for watching between the heads of the people in front of me, though. Basically, just like every other concert you go to, you're not going to get a good spot unless you get there 6 hours early. Once again, even a loud taiko drum resounded. This one was to announce the beginning of the dance. I couldn't see very well, but it seemed like Rika-chan had come onto the stage with the elders, who were in priestly garb. I heard low exhalations of admiration, the seniors rubbing their prayer beads in gratitude. Everyone's heads were in the way, and I couldn't see. It was really frustrating. We should have cut playtime short and come here to get good spots earlier. After Rika-chan intoned the prayer, she took the festival hoe and walked to the pyro quilts stacked on the altar. That's right. The point of the ceremony was to purify the bedding and hold a memorial service, wasn't it? Then the solemn offertory dance began. She had practiced using a mochi-pounding mullet. The awkwardly shaped festival hoe Rika-chan seemed pretty heavy. Back and forth, up and down. It was doubtlessly difficult to even lift in the air, but she sweated, waved, raised, and dropped it again and again. She just couldn't deal with it, and do it grudgingly. As the shrine maid, she knew retained the dignity and solemnity present at this festival. There must have been a ton of pressure on Rika-chan's shoulders right now. Damn! Why am I cheering on from a place where I could barely see her? I'm her friend. I should be right up in the best spot rooting for her. Kei-chan, over here! Someone tugged lightly on the back of my shirt collar. It was Shion. She beckoned me outside of the crowd of ringing people. She had a mischievous grin on her face, and I took it as her saying she knew a good place that nobody else knew of. Shion, what's up? Shh. Just be quiet and come with me. After she told me so, she ran in a big detour around the throng. God dang it, I'm bringing back the thong. Man, it's great to have somebody who knows this lay of the land here at all times, at times like this. Sorry, I dropped something. Impressed though I was, I nearly lost sight of her right away. No more getting separated from me. I ran after her so that I wouldn't be left behind. As I wondered in anticipation what kind of secret spot Shion had in mind, we left the crowd of people and went towards the back of the shrine grounds. Hey, wait! Where are we going? We're getting further and further away. Shh! Just stay quiet and follow me. You'll understand soon. Shion gave me a wink, and it reminded me of Shion she said that. That reminded me of Shion. English! No sign of people. Not much moonlight. It was dark. We had gotten pretty far away from the crowd of people on the shrine grounds. How are we supposed to see Rika-chan's dance from here? I see. There's some high spot around here, isn't there? Like a rooftop or somewhere you could look down at it, right? What? Why do we have to climb onto the roof? Well, how else are we supposed to see Rika-chan's dance? Did you really want to see Rika-chan's dance? Kei-chan, could it be that your strike zone's really low? I don't think we're understanding each other here. Aren't you going to show me somewhere I can see Rika-chan's dance from easily? What? Who made that promise? Ah! What's going on? Why me? Why do I have to always misunderstand Shion? Is it my fault? Am I just reading the wrong things into it? Then why did he call me all the way out here? With an expression that indicated she wasn't fooling around, Shion pressed her index fingers to her lips and said slowly and quietly, "This place is a dark, dead, empty spot. You can't see it from the festival grounds, and now a male and female the same age are now all alone together." She then pulled down my pants. Yes, yes. No, no, it's they would never do that in Higurashi. Shh, look over there. See? Shion whispered, pointing to the dark underbrush, and there we saw two figures, one male and one female. What's that? Is that a scene of a rendezvous, of course. Oh, wait. Rendezvous. Wait, that's how you spell rendezvous? No, hold on, that's not how you spell... Okay, hold up. Is that rendezvous or rendezvous? Wow, I'm really gonna get this wrong this time. I'm looking this up. Sorry guys, I'm on my phone right now. Not too professional me to do this, but rendezvous. Alright. Rendezvous. A meeting at an agreed time? Okay. It's rendezvous. See? It's rendezvous. Alright, enough of that. I was right! Can you tell who they are? I peered intently into the dark at Shion's suggestion. Oh, it's Tomotaki-san and Takano-san. Takano-san's... The two of them were clearly breathing quietly and glancing around to make sure nobody knew they were there. They were crouched before the entrance to a wooden storehouse-like building. Wait, Shion. Could this be what you wanted to show me? Kei-chan, you can see Rika-chan's dance any year, but he won't get another chance like this, okay? I thought the Sonizaki sisters each had their own personalities, but at times like these, they seemed all too similar. I'm going back. Don't call me for something like this again. Ha! If you move out, they'll see us. At a noisy argument, Takano-san suddenly turned around. Oh my! Who might that be? We held our breaths and tried to wait it out, but it seemed like Takano-san was now acutely aware of our presence. She and I exchanged glances, then gave up and climbed out from behind the bush. Well, hello there! The moon sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? My. If it isn't Shion-chan and my Barakon. Good evening. Yes, the moon is certainly is pretty. What's this? Keiji-kun, you sure are smart, you know that? Having a secret date in a place like this. Then I guess we accidentally interrupted something important. Let's have an orgy. You're the ones who's meeting up secretly. Tomotaki-san and Takano-san laughed to themselves, and it got on my nerves for some reason. That's because they began unchanging. Wait, so you two weren't having a little rendezvous then? Of course we weren't. Though, I don't dislike that kind of romance. See, he's saying the truth, like, why even hide it, dude? They probably had sex. I'm just saying this now. Those two characters, they probably did. Unfortunately, this wasn't the location of a rendezvous either you want to see. Sorry for not living up to your expectations. Damn it! If this wasn't a rendezvous, then what were you doing? Tomotaki-san, were you messing around with the padlock on the door just now? Huh? After she said that, I looked at the two of them again, and I definitely saw it. They were hunched in front of the warehouse door, fiddling with a pretty heavy-looking padlock. Guess we've been found out, huh? We were trying to break into the warehouse. But don't tell anyone, alright? Don't tell anyone. Are you thieves or something? I demanded unthinkingly just because of how absent Tomisaki-san was grinning. Nah, never. Thieves are people who steal things, right? It's not like we're trying to take anything out of there. I see. Then why were you trying to unlock the door? This is the forbidden storehouse for the ritual tools. They only say the Fruity family and a mere handful of others are allowed in. Forbidden storehouse? I took a few steps back and English. Okay, yeah, sorry, I got distracted by my phone. I missed. Never mind. I took a few steps back at that and looked at the entire storehouse. It certainly looked like one, built removed from any signs of people, almost as if it's in secret. It was filthy, revealing how little it was ever opened, and it was built to be durable, giving it a strange, overpowering impression. Now that I looked at it more closely, it was certainly different than normal warehouses. This place, they're called Ritual Implements. Basically, this is the warehouse where they store such tools used in rituals. Well, more accurately, maybe it's a temple where the implements are enshrined. The ritual hole Rika-chan is using for the offertory dance was inside here until today. Of course, if anyone but the Fruity family enters, they bring impurity into it, so absolutely no one is allowed a single step inside it. It's a sanctuary. Shouldn't we absolutely not be coming to a place like this then? However, Takano was wearing a childlike impression, an innocent smile at best, and terribly cruel grin at most. I don't think she's really smiling, Keiichi. You might want to get your facial expressions right. I told you I was researching Himizara folk tales and legends out of interest in them, didn't I? A lot of answers to questions I'm curious about are hidden away inside here. I've waited for all this time until today for this chance. A chance? Everybody's eyes were fixed on the dance at the shrine grounds today. This was the ultimate blind spot. Ha! I see. I didn't know you had lockpicking skills, Tomitaki-san. Stop it. I don't want to be doing this, okay? Sorry for taking it along with me, but this was all thanks to you, Jiro-san. I really am grateful. Cease. This is the only time I understand, Takano-san. I don't want to be sneaking into places like this. You really are a good person, Jiro-san. Good on the inside, good on the outside, and very good at the bed. Clink. Tomitaki-san undid the padlock and placed it onto the side. It's open. Thank you. At long last. Takano-san gulped. With the unusually excited air around her, she gave the heavy door a shove. The sharp smell of mold and dust flowed out from the gap in the doors. I claimed curses that didn't exist, but in this situation, I could believe in them. If we went into such a holy place with our shoes on, it feels like we could be punished somehow. How about it? Your accomplices, too. You came all the way here, so why not come in and take a tour? It will be a little field trip to a museum of precious cultural artifacts and conceal the secret history of Himizawa. And it's only open today. We're not accomplices or anything. Aren't you interested, though? Come on, let's take a peek. Shion said, predictably, linking her arm with mine. But we definitely shouldn't be doing this. This is a holy warehouse, isn't it? You said ritual implements, right? I really feel like we shouldn't go in there. I'm a part of the Sonosaki family, so I have a good guess as to what we'll find in there. But I want you to see it too, Kei-chan. You want to show something to me? I thought it was just a ploy, but Shion's eyes looked entirely serious. Of course, she was the sort who could lie with a straight face. Let's have sex in the holy sanctuary. Of course, I was an average boy, too. My curiosity was at least twice of that as a normal person. Sleeping, forbidden treasures, never to leave this warehouse. Chances like this one don't come around too often. If I had to choose, then I don't want to see. Until the locked doors open, though. I don't know about this. If you're not interested, Kei-san, then you can leave now. I think you'll wonder about it later, though. Tomitaki-san spoke after listening to our discussion, himself having sat down on the stairs to take a short rest. I'll keep watch here. Go and check it out with them. I'm not too interested, but it might be pretty interesting for a young guy like you, Keiichi-kun. He said, laughing mischievously. There was no ill will in his laughter. He's the good boy of the series. Don't talk it. Tomitaki-san, do you know what's in there? Kind of. Takuto-san told me all about it. Must be a pain to have to go along with your companion's unique hobbies, huh? Tomitaki-san didn't answer that, only responded with a pained smile. Takuto-san had this kind of scary air around her, like she'd drop absolutely everything else for something she had interest in and go straight forward. But Tomitaki-san, on the other hand, seemed like the gold standard of what a normal person should be. Having him tell me so frankly to go check it out suddenly made the guilt feel lighter. Okay, just a little. If it's not interesting, I'm leaving. You got it! Shion gave me another Mion-like wink. Looks like we're decided. Shall we go inside? Jiro-san, we'll leave this to you. Tomitaki-san waved his hand to see us off. The inside was pitch black, but Takuto-san turned on the battery-powered lantern she brought, revealing a really cramped front room. It's so dark in here. Everyone, take care not to trip over anything. I appreciate the concern. Okay, doorman, keep a good watch. We're shutting the door now. Takuto-san smiled spitefully, as if leaving Tomitaki-san out as something fun, and began to close the door. Man. Alright, everyone have fun. There was a low, heavy, and loud noise, and we were completely cut off from the outside world, and covered in silent darkness. Takuto-san's lantern was the only light we had. You'll be fine. It's an outdoor lantern with the backup batteries inside. It won't go out or anything. Looks like Takuto noticed my uneasy expression. I couldn't help but blush a little and avert my gaze. Deep from the side, there was a heavy, old but sturdy door with solemn decorations on it. It was the last door, sealing away what was within. Strange how it was an antechamber, even though it's just a warehouse, isn't it? I believe it's set up this way so that you open one door at a time, never letting the room with all the tools be seen from outside. Takuto-san explained this, awfully impressed by the construction. But still, it's really dark in here. Huh? That over there. It's... I spotted a circuit breaker hanging from a clump of wiring, clumsily attached to the wall. Oh, here. Isn't this a light switch or something? I flipped the biggest switch I could find. With a click, the pitch black room was illuminated by an old bare light bulb. Everyone scrunched their faces at the sun's strobe-like brightness. Don't! Before she even finished, Liam slapped my hand and flipped the switch back. There was another loud click, and the room returned to darkness, with only the lantern for illumination. Ow! You can't, Kei-chan. We snuck in here, remember? If you turn on that light, it might give us away. I'm scolded by Shion fairly harshly. It looked like she was worried about whether someone had seen them from the momentary light. It's alright. It was only for a moment. Takuto-san remained a relaxed adult. He seemed like she was confident she could talk her way out of English. It seemed like she was confident she could talk her way out of it if someone did see us. Let's go in. Here we go. There. The even heavier door opened, and this time, it wasn't just the dust that came out with the air. There was also a nasty smell. One smell, like opening a dust-filled cupboard in the back of the kitchen that hadn't been opened in years. And the other smell, the nasty one, was hard to explain. but it was like the raw odor of the fish market. From how the sound echoed, this room felt far larger than the first. Takano-san held up her lantern and revealed the contents of the expansive room. Whoa! At the back wall of the storehouse, right in front of us, was a Buddha-like holy object standing there looking down at us. I was taken aback by its unseen force, lit up by the slender beam of the lantern. That's the Guardian Gadi Himizawa, or Shiro-sama. It's far grander than the one at the shrine. Or Shiro-sama. So, this is the spirit protecting Himizawa. There you go. There you go. So, I am really sorry for that. That was very, very gross to see. I know, I was watching from the webcam. Okay, I dropped something. Okay, no. I came here to film an episode, not to ramble about something that I dropped. Sorry, guys. The one guarding the holy land of Himizawa from the impurities of the outside world, and the one delivering punishment after punishment upon those who attempted to sully the land with the damned construction. It looks like there are far more tools stored in here than I thought, but this is so sad. None of them been maintained. Oh, that's Takano. Oops. It looks like there are more tools stored here than I thought, but this is so sad. None of them been maintained. How unfortunate that they're in such state. Even in the dim light, I could see a lot of strange objects lining the walls, ceilings, and shelves. Toku-san, as if speaking in a trance, was infatuated by the various implements filling the dark room. They weren't very festival-like or traditional, but instead, they were more like the workshop of a blacksmith or a carpenter. There were a lot of large wooden and metal tools packed in there. Here, put it bluntly, it was all pretty boring stuff. I didn't imagine it would be more artistic things here from the Heian period, but these are a far cry from being cultural artifacts. My expression betrayed my dashed hopes, and they were caught on right away. Oh. Is this not interesting for you? I'm not into literature or arts, so I could look at this stuff, but I don't really understand its value. Keiichi-kun, you really do look like you don't get it. I guess that's only natural. Takano-san reached into a paper bag she's been holding the whole time. She took out a worn scrap. English! She took out a worn scrapbook and began to flip through it. And just for you, Keiichi-kun, I'll tell you an old story. It's a common tale in this region. If you go to the library, it will be even on their recommended reading list. Telling stories. Such a dark, creepy place. She must have a horror story in mind. Shion's face belied nothing but calm. If she had the same personality as Mion, she had found fault with me being scared. I'll endure it for now and pretend to be calm. Okay. Alright, I'll read it. After confirming that I was going to be quiet and listen, she began to speak softly, like a kindergarten teacher reading a picture book. Okay, I'm going to read this in my normal voice, just for the story. Long, long ago, in a certain village in the mountains, there was a swamp. The swamp was very, very deep. Some even called it bottomless. People said it was connected to Hell, the land of demons. The rumors said that it was deeper than the ocean, and that anyone it swallowed would sink to the underworld. A bottomless swamp. Its name was Onigafuchi. Wait, I thought back at the story I heard yesterday about the sacrifices sinking in the bottomless swamp. Could that be the swamp she's talking about? So, then, the village was Himizawa, right? You'll catch on quickly. That's right. That was called Onigafuchi Village at the time. Onigafuchi Village? That's pretty inauspicious name. It evokes quite the image, doesn't it? I hear that the name was changed in the Meiji period. The name of the swamp connected to hell was called Onigafuji, which meant the demon's abyss. And the true name of this village, Himiizawa, was Onigafuchi Village. The villagers belonged to the abyss, or to hell in other words. They lived their lives worshipping the swamp and decided to connect to it. But then one day, demons began to appear, one after the other, from deep in the swamp. The villagers feared that hell was overflowing. The demons mercilessly attacked the villagers. They could only watch in fear. They could do nothing more than hide themselves and tremble. So, did someone exterminate them? Unfortunately, there's no Momotaro or Superman in this fairy tale. Then, did they get the whole village together to fight them? Heavens no! The villagers weren't nearly as strong enough to fight on equal terms with the demons. Then, the only recourse were to be fleeing the village. I couldn't do that either. To the villagers, it was their beloved homeland. It didn't matter how terrifying the demons, they wouldn't have won a race so easily. Then, what did they do? Couldn't they just get wiped out? Wouldn't they just get wiped out? English! Unable to fight, and unable to run. All they could do was wait for the village to be destroyed. Then, when everyone had lost hope, their god, Orishima-sama, descended onto them. See, so Orishima-sama came down from the sky and beat up all the demons then. You're such a boy, Kei-chan. You always jump right to using force to resolve things. Shion sighed, a little annoyed. Embarrassed, I held my tongue. The thing about Orishima-sama, he wasn't a violent god who would beat them up like you're saying. He was a kind god filled with love and benevolence. The strength of Orishima-sama descended from the heavens, which couldn't be compared to that of the demons. They didn't even fight, they simply prostrated themselves before his radiant authority. Orishima-sama urged them to go back to hell from whence they came, but the demons wept and challenged him, saying that they could never return. The world of the demons, too, has harsh commandments. They claimed they had been banished from hell. Demons, who didn't have a place to go, either in hell or the human world. Of course, they were at fault for attacking the village. They deeply reflected on it and were sorry. As the villagers conversed amongst themselves, little by little they came to pity the demons and, after talking with everyone in the village, they decided to live alongside them. A lot of fairy tales have them exterminated or driven away, but you don't often hear one where they live in peace. You're right. Demons are supposed to symbolize all evils. A story where they decide to live together with humans is certainly strange. When the demons first heard the villagers' invitation, they doubted their ears, but soon began bursting into tears of joy. See, this is how Devilman Crybaby should have ended. Oh man, that show was pretty good. If you have Netflix and are at a mature age of 17, 18 plus, you should probably watch it since it's a very good show, but very, very mature. The villagers are giving them a place to live. It was said that in payment for this good deed, the demons shared their many kinds of powers and secrets with the villagers. Orishima-sama was very pleased with this happy exchange. He gave the demons the body of humans so they could live indistinguishable from the villagers. He himself decided to stay on the surface and watch over the everlasting peace between them. A land in which man, demon, and god could live together. I thought the word demon was a noun meaning evil that needs to be exterminated. A god may have mediated for them, but you don't often hear happy endings like that where both sides live in harmony. I see. I guess it's kind of interesting. Although the normal fairy tale ends there, it was revised a little bit during the Edo period into a much longer story. After that, the humans and demons intermix, and eventually there was no difference between them. So, the demons ended up disappearing? No, not at all. Have them stay just as they were. The knowledge that the villagers had received from the demons basically made them into something inhuman, what people call transcendent. They were well aware of the power that they had on heresy, and those below worshipped them. They lived out their lives in secrecy. The story is the root of many derivative tales and pieces of fiction. It's the foundation, I mean, and the basis. What do you mean by the root? She means the part about the villagers having demon blood. What I mean is, all the villagers from around here are based on the premise that the villagers are descended from demons. There was a hint of amusement in Shion's face as she said that. It was like she wanted to say that she too had demon blood in her. Is there any proof, though? Maybe it's somehow rooted in the historical fact beyond just fairy tales. Oh, my Barcoon, didn't you believe that demons really did come out of the swamp and breed with humans? It's not like I don't believe it, but when she said demon, she meant the ones from hell, but in ancient Japan, the word wasn't necessarily used to denote only that kind, right? The more well-known use involves the drifting foreigner story. As the story goes, Westerners who were shipwrecked in nearby seas had markedly different customs at English. As the story goes, Westerners who were shipwrecked in nearby seas had such markedly different customs that they were called demons. Japanese people were relatively similar in appearance to other Asians, but everything about those from the West was different. Their physiques, their faces, and their skin color. In Japan, terms like red demon and blue demon evoked images especially of Westerners. Lacking in skin pigments, Westerners would sunburn easily and turn red. Being fair-skinned, I think blood vessels appearing on their skin would look blue, too. A handful of accidental aliens would drift into Japan and came under persecution, being called demons. They would flee into the mountains to survive and turn into bandit groups and attack villagers for food and the like. How does that explanation sound? Maybe it's a little bit childish. Takuto-san gave me a weird smile, then, having come up with such impromptu hypothesis, I unconsciously followed it up with self-deprecation. Still, she didn't smile as if to make fun of me. It's not ridiculous. There are a lot of people who subscribe to the drifting foreigner theory. Even so, nobody actually knows what happened. Were they a group of foreigners who turned into banditry, or were they really demons who come down from the bottom of the world? Takuto-san, which one do you believe? The truth of the matter aside, I rather believe the more fantastic explanation. It's more fun that way, isn't it? Her answer made her sound a wee bit like a romanticist. Here I thought she would direct unrealistic stories like that. Now then, this is where the fun begins. Takuto-san brought an end to her storytelling and waits for a moment to Wow. Wow. Okay, I am really bad at reading today, because that's the second time I did one of those. I am so sorry. I just need to do that real quick. I apologize. Takuto-san brought an end to her storytelling and waits for a moment as if to tantalize us. Suddenly, Shion looked around as if something had caught her eye. Her head bobbed to and fro, like she was making sure nothing had changed. What's wrong, Shion? I'm sorry. Please don't worry about it. Shion pretended as though nothing had happened. Takuto-san also made sure nothing had happened, then cleared her throat and broached the next subject. I explained that half the villagers have demon blood. That blood, they actually say it's from the blood of the kind of demon that eats people. Man, even demons? That escalated quickly. That blood still runs through the villagers' veins. They say that sometimes the blood awakens from its slumber. I thought the fairy tale had a happy ending, with the humans and demons living in peace, but it began to suddenly change into a brutal, bloody story. Well, they eat people. They say that every decade or so they can't help but want to feast on human flesh. The villagers can't eat other villagers. So when this happens, it's said that they set it on the human villages and conducted okinakushi. What's an okinakushi? Broadly speaking, it's when a demon kidnaps someone and when a the person is demon away. They say that the villagers of Okinafuchi would overwhelm unfortunate human villages in order to kidnap sacrifices. Takano-san's explanation was plain and simple. When I imagined what it must have been like, it was terrifying. They lose their human reason. The villagers turn into real demons en masse. They attack villages they loathe in the dirty world in masses below, and then they will kill and eat their sacrifices. So they're no different than demons after all. What did Urashima-sama do? Wasn't he supposed to be staying in the village and watching over them? Urashima-sama knew about it, of course. Okinakuchi isn't indiscriminate. The villagers apparently never kidnapped anyone other than the sacrifices decided upon by their god. In a text, it's usually 1 or 2 people. A village inhabited by those both human and inhuman. It was like the heartwarming episode's colors had turned inverted like negative film, revealing the painful and ugly truth. So on the nights when they raided the villages, they would feast on their kidnapped sacrifices, which is why the nights came to be known as Watanagashi. Tonight's festival was Watanagashi. I just couldn't reconcile the fun festival with the horrible tale Takano-san was telling me. Watanagashi. Well, wasn't it about giving thanks to the futons that we use over the winter or something? K-chan. What has another meaning here now? It means entrails. Shion, who had been silent up until now, had spoke up. Entrails? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Like fish guts. Wait, what? Like a jigsaw puzzle, the fun times I had today and Takano-san's grotesque tale clicked together in my mind. Watanagashi. So, gut spilling. I didn't think saying that could ever feel so nauseating. Yes. It's as if you imagine. I ruined the moment by messing up. Damn it. Yes. It's as you imagine, my Pyro-kun. Right now, the Watanagashi Festival might just be a somewhat early summer festival occurring every June, but it used to be different. It used to be a ghastly, cannibalistic feast held on the night the villagers collected their unfortunate dinner. That cannot be true. I had no reason to say that, but I couldn't help it. My Pyro-kun. You said that Watanagashi is a ritual about purifying futons, right? What do you think the futons filled with cotton with water represent? Futons are futons! They're beds! They're the things for sleeping in! What else could they possibly represent? I was rattling on, desperately attempting to deny the horrible festival that Takano-san was describing. Deep down, however, I found myself understanding all too well what she meant. Futons. Stuff for cotton. If the futon represented the entrails in both pronunciation and meaning, then entrail-filled futons would have to be humans. And why don't you think back to the offertory dance Rika-chan performed? Do you know what she was doing up there? No, I don't. I didn't even watch the whole thing anyway. Shh. K-chan, you're getting too worked up. Shion grabbed my ear, reminding me that this wasn't somewhere I should raise my voice. Even so, I still can't suppress the agitation I feel. Rika-chan was carrying a festival hoe. You probably realize it already, but that's not a hoe for plowing fields. It's a tool for dissecting human bodies. I didn't see the dance all the way through, so I didn't know what kind of performance Rika-chan was putting on after I left. When I told this to Takano-san, she kindly explained Rika-chan's dance to me. To summarize what she said, after what I seen, Rika-chan would pierce the futons with that hoe, cut them open, and pull out the cotton inside. She'd cut the cotton out, one bit at a time, and set it afloat. That's the kind of ritual it was. Broadly speaking, it was quite the bombastic ceremony where they rip out the guts and throw them in the basin. And then the ritual is over. It's thought that afterwards, the villagers, each but with a different role, dismantled the flesh piece by piece and feasted upon it. At Takano-san's strangely happy giggle, I felt, for some reason, violent pleasure. Prig-chan, every day during her lunch break, she'll take a rice-pounding mallet to the schoolyard, and she worked so hard, sweating bullets, to practice for the offertory dance she had done today. All that effort, all that work, Takano-san disgraced it, even though she worked so hard to practice for today. Takano-san, I think you should choose your words more carefully. Kei-chan's pretty naive, so please don't tease him so much. A moment before I opened my mouth to express how angry I was, Shion stopped me. Shion must have been fully aware about how the story made me feel. I'm sorry. I thought you liked the story with that sort of shock value, since you're a boy. Takano-san spoke without a hint of malice as she smiled gracefully. After hearing all that, did you figure out what kind of stuff was in the storehouse, Kei-chan? See, look. Shion pointed to one of the walls, vaguely illuminated by the lantern's light. There was. Mere moments ago, they hadn't held my interest. They were just boring-looking tools lined up on the shelves. Ugh! All those uninteresting tools that I didn't understand how to use, they suddenly took a new meaning, and I couldn't help but let out a groan. At first, they looked like carpentry tools, like chisels or planes. However, when I thought back, I'd seen pictures of these sort of tools before. Yeah, they came up in Japanese history textbook. In a Japanese history textbook. Yes, on the page introducing the Kante Shinshiro, or the new text on anime. And Tommy. That's not how you pronounce it. This is supposed to be a serious scene, and I'm fucking it up. I'm so sorry. These sort of things. They're printed realistically in the literature of Germany, capital of medical So, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time.